Yeah, look at the girl, look at the girl, look at the. Stop it. Stop that immediately. You want the microphone, man? Yeah, man, go on in. Hello there, internet dwellers. Welcome back to another video. Today we are reacting to Chilling Abyss. If you guys have been following me for a little bit now, you'll know that I did a live stream reacting to Arcadia, which is the series by Chilling Abyss, and it's a very unique one. So recently, 2 videos have been released from Chilling Abyss. There's paid programming and monsters. Just to keep you up to date on what's been happening, I'll really briefly describe what's happened. I'm not sure about the television channel itself. I forgot how it ties into it all, but I do remember the main thing being that there was this guy in Alaska, this scientist in Alaska, who was working on parallel universes and interacting with parallel universes, and he successfully managed to interact with a parallel universe, and they asked for like pictures of themselves, pictures of the pets, pictures of the environment, stuff like that. And once they realized that the parallel universe was pretty similar to theirs, they decided to do a link, and when this link is completed, it basically opens like a portal. Meep, stop. Say you're sorry immediately. It basically opens up a portal, and then you guys can like interact with each other, or maybe go into each other's worlds or something like that. But at the same time this was happening, another alternative parallel universe was like linking up at the same time, and this one was horrible. It showed like pictures of people with no faces. The environment looked like a Slender Man's woods. It wasn't nice at all. But as these guys were connecting, this one decided it wanted part of the action too, and it actually managed to connect before their connection became a thing. And I guess they let in all these monsters in Alaska, and because of this there was like an explosion of some kind in northern Alaska. The whole of northern Alaska was basically shut off, like bordered like Game of Thrones. There was a wall built basically saying no one's allowed in, no one's allowed out. There's these things called fissures in there. Some are unstable, some are stable. The unstable fissures last for about 3 or 4 seconds. Just imagine them as like just monsters from this universe. The stable ones, they can last a few years, and I think the oldest one has been around since the beginning of that explosion, and I believe there's a theory that it's the actual doctor himself who started the experiment, who is the patient zero of this. So that's basically what's been happening. I think the last video was called The Farm. It was advertised as some kind of gaming headset, like a VR headset where you could interact and stuff like that, but it was actually a test subject interacting with one of these fissures, and I believe the fissure that they were interacting with was this what the heck? Meep, that is dangerous. I believe the fissure they was interacting with was this scientist. I forgot what his name was, but it will come up most likely in this video. And you're probably wondering, like, why did they need to shut down northern Alaska? Because these things are capable, if they have like, if you're in a radius of this thing, of one of these things, it can create a sonic boom. And if you're within that radius, it literally replaces you with something from, I imagine, is their universe. So it literally like flips you. And I believe these fissures are basically a gateway to that other universe. And obviously if you're from that universe, you want to be in this universe because it doesn't look great over there, let's be honest. Sorry for the long-winded thing. There probably was like a button or like a timer to escape that, to skip ahead. This is Chilling Abyss, guys. Be sure to like the video, or like their video, sorry. They will be linked in the description down below. Go subscribe. Support them as much as you can, because we love seeing channels grow on this channel. Without further ado, guys, we're going to get into paid programming.
Where would you seek protection?
I'm going to open up this Lucozade Cherry Blast, not sponsored. Okay, Arcadia TV, late night up next. Midnight Safety Guide, episode 27, False Dogs. Let me just read this thing here. US government expands curfew to more cities across the state of Alaska. Okay, so that's because these things are obviously expanding beyond the wall here. They're like, what do you call them? The wildlings from Game of Thrones. Worries grow as the president has... Oh, wow. Okay, we're never going to find out what the president did, eh? What's he up to?
The
hey?
world is changing.
The world is changing, it certainly is.
In a dark forest, we lit the fire.
Okay.
We are no longer alone.
Oh, okay. So that's going off of the whole, like, once you light a fire, anyone else who's in the area or anyone else who's around will see that fire and will most likely come to that fire. I guess that's a metaphor for what happened with this experiment. They opened up the universe, this universe that we're in, to other universes. So if other universes saw this universe opening up, aka the fire, they're going to want to come in, right? And that is what happened. Sorry. English class taught me to just freaking
The abyss.
detail everything.
It is spreading.
The abyss. Okay. Why though?
Do not fight.
Okay, well, yeah, of course.
Do not run.
Do not fight, do not run.
They are the endless.
That's cringe, mate.
Your God will not protect you.
Okay, that's even more cringe. Listen, if a thing tells you not to fight, it's not like a thing isn't going to tell you that you can overpower it, right? So fight. It's not going to just sit there and be like, oh yeah, you could beat us if you actually like tried. It wants to put you into submission without any kind of fight. Okay, so that's the TV in the background there on the left. And obviously someone's filming the hallway here.
They are outside,
They are outside,
waiting. Do not resist.
Do not resist.
Let them in.
Okay, just do the opposite of what this person says, basically,
They
guys.
cannot be stopped.
They can be stopped, okay? A shotgun. Just get a shotgun out, okay? A shotgun will put them to a stop.
It's not your world anymore. You are no longer in control.
We are in control, guys. Don't worry about it.
Hello? I have a problem. There's something in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Every night it returns around the same time.
Right.
I called the Anomalous Awareness Association and they do not recognize this entity.
Okay, well that's not good.
And that you must vacate the area immediately.
Maybe you should do that.
They told me to abandon my home.
Why is he talking like this?
I can't do that. This is my home,
Bro.
and I'm not leaving it.
You can't let material objects get in the way of your life. Oh, he's got the freaking shotgun out. At least he's kind of smart. Oh, so he's talking to the camera.
This is what I'm going to use to kill it.
It sounded like he was talking on the phone to someone. Interesting.
Do you see it? It watches all of us.
Mm-hmm. The moon.
That is your God now.
The moon or the thing next to the moon? I don't understand. Is that the
A
moon?
real God. A true God.
Hey, that's false prophets or whatever that's called.
Do not cry.
I'm not crying, mate. All right.
Your gods never listened to you.
Okay, well, whatever, bro.
They were never real.
Okay. All right. You sound really cringe, mate.
And tonight, we have a special news report regarding the recent rise in tensions between the United States and Canada.
And that's not an attack on the actual voice. I'm talking about the person in this universe. Okay.
Televised speech discussing their anger with the United States and the multiple grievances they have with the U.S. At one point of the speech, the Canadian Prime Minister said, quote, "If the U.S. continues to ignore the issue and doesn't secure the borders of Alaska, we will have no choice but to defend our nation."
Okay.
The White House has yet to comment on
Obviously, Alaska borders Canada, right? I learned this recently because for some reason I thought Alaska was in Canada because I'm stupid. TV is off. Ooh. Okay, so in one of the videos where it talks about the fishes, these monsters from this other universe, it says that if you don't have your EFD, I think that's called, or EDF or something like that, then there are ways of spotting if a fisher is around you. And one of them is your hair will stand up on end as if you're about to be struck by lightning. And the other is, well, I forgot what the second one is, but the other one is if you hear a sound emitting. And I think what we're hearing right now is that sound. But what they said in that past video was if you hear this sound, it's already probably too late for you to run. Look at that thing. What is that? It's got like human hands. It's got like a dog-like appearance. Oh, shotty's out. Bro, shoot it now. Shoot it now. Are those slugs or buckshot?
Oh, shit!
Ooh, okay, hang on. Go back. Let's...
Oh, shit!
Ooh, look at that thing. Okay, that looks like a freaking rake. You know the rake creature? What are they called? The cryptids? I love stuff like that where the muzzle flash, like the light of the gun shooting or whatever, shows off the creature or the thing. Really cool, man. Mate, you should have left your house. You should have left your house. Is it worth it, mate? Yikes. Was it worth it, eh? I mean, listen, I know for sure that if I bought my own house and it took me a while to buy the house and it belonged to me, I would have a hard time giving that up, okay? But if you were sensible, you would have home insurance, okay? That would cover the costs of stuff, even though it's never really guaranteed for you to get a payout because these insurance companies, let's be honest, are just scam artists most of the time, which is kind of sad. So what's this? Right, is this some kind of kid show?
From Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah asks, do you believe in God?
Do you believe in God? Notice how, like, the picture here is what we saw earlier. It's the moon and the thing next to the moon. So, is this, like, what we're seeing now from that universe? You know what I mean?
We seem to have a visitor.
Uh-huh. Who's the visitor? And what's going on? What kind of TV show is this?
Come on in. The door is unlocked.
Okay, well, this is breaking the fourth wall. What's going on? Okay, the door just opened. Okay, we're going into the next video. Hang on a sec. Here's the thing, you gotta remember, guys, because it wasn't just, like, we get it from the perspective of the world that the experiment took place on, right? Which is our world. But there was another world that was very similar to ours that they were communicating with. So this could potentially be from the perspective of both of the universes, because if you think about it, the gate was open to both of those universes, which also means that we have a gateway to their universe. So it's like a three-way portal. So maybe we're seeing some of this is from one universe and some of it might be from another universe potentially. But the whole, like, them saying, oh, don't try and fight, don't resist, you know, just let us in. It's like, no. If they're saying that, they're scared, okay? And you should always fight back. You should never just take them for their word and just lay down your guns or whatever. You need to fight for what you believe in, okay? Especially when it comes to our universe, our world. Like, we may not all get along. Like, the world is, the Earth in itself, just this one planet in itself is very conflicted with ideologies and stuff like that. But if that thing is being threatened, our very world is being threatened by an outside source, then if we don't all band together and be like, okay, let's just put our differences aside and focus on this thing here, then we're all screwed. Let's be honest. But that was an enjoyable thing. I was a bit confused at the end there. What that thing was that like a channel for like a kids channel, or What will we be seeing there? I don't know. Maybe it'll be answered in the next video. The next video is called Monsters.
Never in my life have I seen this level of evil within our community. The human responsible for these disappearances is a pure cold-blooded monster. A statement made by the town's police chief before a media blackout was declared.
I'm going to take a wild guess from this description that potentially this is happening in another state, but surely the world or America would know what is happening. We heard that like channel in Canada, or the Canadian Prime Minister saying, we're going to have to defend our border. So obviously Canada knows about it. So if Canada knows about it, then the rest of America knows about it. So they should know. I was getting at that they would know that monsters are coming down from Alaska, basically. But maybe not everyone is aware. And maybe they don't relate what's happened here to what's happened there. But this is monsters. Here we go. For internal use only. Anomalous Awareness Association, founded in 1989. Archival copy. So the experiment took place in 1983, I believe. Case 1903. Monsters. I love the soundtracks. The like, as of recently, like analog horror and the soundtracks have been really freaking cool. Really enjoy it. 11:14 p.m. February 2nd, 1993. Okay, so this is 10 years after the experiment. So it's been 10 years since that thing opened up. Is this from the perspective of the monster stalking its prey? Why are they just sat on a bench in the middle of the night? How very strange. In early 1993, numerous people went missing in the town of Blank. The majority of those were homeless. Okay, I can understand why someone would think this is maybe a serial killer or something. Maybe it is, who knows? But we know it's not, let's be honest. An investigation led authorities to a home. For the first time. Okay. The Anomalous Awareness Association was dispatched to the contiguous United States for an organic threat. Is that how you say that? Contiguous? Contiguous. Contiguous. Employee files 1976, 1970, 1993. Okay, so there's from 1978, 1980, 1983 are available, and this is Ian Parker, Site Bravo. So 1983 was when the actual thing took place. Okay, open 1978. Here we go. Here we go.
November 17th, 1978.
Okay.
Final session.
Final session.
State your name and date of birth.
Ian Parker. August 25th, 1958.
1958, okay, he's 20 years old.
We will continue where we left off.
Wait, is Ian Parker a doctor? He's a doctor at the age of 20. That's
Yesterday I
insane.
asked, what are you most afraid of?
Unless he's not.
You seemed uncomfortable with that question. Why?
I don't like to think about the past.
No.
I saw something when I was young.
What did you see?
I still have nightmares.
What did you see? Unless he's not a doctor at this point and he's a doctor like come 1983, that would probably make more sense, right? Prey. So this is a Polaroid of a hand. Who's taking these pictures? Oh. Well, that's not good. Her. Is this what he saw? Feed. Right. There were hundreds of photos scattered throughout the home.
Each photo had a single word or phrase written on the back. Weak. Look at that chin, man. That's one heck of a chin. A few had strange symbols sketched on them. Right, that looks like a freaking power symbol or something. Here we go. Can we read this? Excuse me, that was... Unless it's going to show us again. Let's go back. Subject Ian Parker from Elizabeth Woods. This is in 93. I have noticed that most of Ian Parker's employee files in the archival terminal are corrupted. I am working on a time-sensitive report that requires these files. Could this be addressed as soon as possible? Elizabeth Woods, head psychologist. So this is received 1993. Okay, so this is like what, 15 years after the interview that we was listening to. So time is jumping back and forth here, guys. So
What did you see?
yeah, what did you see, Ian?
I was 11 years old.
Skibbity toilet.
was
Stop.
hunting with
Stop.
my
That's
father.
awful. I went hunting with my father.
He always forced me to go with him. We set up camp for the night.
Mm-hmm.
He went to sleep. I stayed up so I can read my favorite book.
I'm confused about the time here because the file was in 1978, but this is 1993. So are we seeing this thing, this monster stalking, or are we seeing the aftermath of something here?
By John Walker.
Oh,
I had to piss in the middle of the night, but I was scared of the dark.
what was that? Hang on a sec. Let's go back. There might be something there. No? Nothing? Okay.
Scared of the dark.
I
didn't
have
want to
that as
go
well, guys.
outside alone. I couldn't ask my father to take me. I was more afraid of waking him up. So I...
Pissed yourself.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I grabbed the flashlight from my bag
Oh, okay.
and I left the tent.
Interesting.
It was cold and dark outside. I could see my breath in the air. I walked over
What are we looking at here?
to a nearby
Because this is 1993 here.
I
One sec, guys. I just need to stop the camera.
placed the flashlight on the ground next to me.
Right.
Then I heard something.
Mm-hmm.
I
What did you hear, Ian?
scared.
Wait, this is March 16th, so this has jumped ahead of time. Hang on, what was that other one? Sorry, guys. Let me just quickly... That's March 16th as well, but back here was February. February 27th, that was. So is this person just dead?
I didn't know where it was coming from. It sounded like it was getting closer.
When was
Then
this?
I saw it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know what it was. It made a horrible noise. It looked like a dead dog.
Oof.
The skin on its face was missing.
Yeah. Oh
Just
dear.
the flesh were hanging off of it.
Holy shit. See how long that arm was, man? This guy could give himself a hug. It reminds me of that, sorry guys to pause it, but it reminds me of Arcadian, that I've brought this film up so many different times, but there's a scene that's kind of like this one in that film. What did you do?
I'm afraid.
You peed yourself. Admit it. Come on, Ian. I'm a little bit confused on the timeline, what's going on here. A journal was found within the home. Because what he was talking about there, I believe the interview was from 1978, or maybe it was 1993, because the experiment or whatever didn't happen until 1983. So there wouldn't be creatures or whatever unless this company in Alaska was working on weird stuff at the same time. Maybe one of you guys can tell me in the comments below, but I'm assuming that part of this interview is from 1993. The journal contained unintelligible writings and sketches. Only a few scattered entries have been deciphered. So it was
February 3rd, she was my only friend, the only person I cared for. Why? Why did I do it? Why did I listen to it? How did it know her name? What did you do? Is it February 17th? The air is thick with the smell of decay. My eyes burn when it speaks. It tells me strange stories. It requests for more. I need to quickly... Okay, March 22nd. The constant feeding, the unending hunger. It only wants those it has chosen. When will it be enough? Oh, so you're killing for it? It no longer speaks, but I still hear its voice. The pain in my head is getting worse. My nose and ears bleed frequently. What's happening to me? It has shown me the future. It will awaken. I must prepare. Right. May 9th. It knows I have been feeding on them as well. It wants me to come closer. You've been feeding on them. You're turning into one of them. Oh, here we go. That is 1993. Okay. Subject restructuring. Thank you for notifying us of this issue. Due to recent restructuring, those files now require higher clearance. Therefore, we have revoked your access to all archival files related to Site Bravo. We appreciate your understanding. Damn, okay. Well, something dodgy's going on here. What's going on with Ian Parker? I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the site is now being run by these things, maybe.
My dad found me in the morning. I told him what I saw.
Uh-huh.
He didn't believe me. He said it was all in my head. Well, later on,
Oh, he's
he
bleeding.
left to go do something. He came back sometime later. He told me he saw what I was talking about.
Uh-huh.
He said it was someone's dog. They must have gotten lost.
That's a weird looking dog.
Killed it.
Oh,
Put it out of its misery.
but that's not nice.
He never let me talk about that death ever again.
Right. Okay.
After evaluating Ian Parker's history,
Yeah.
I do have one concern.
Okay.
His strong fear of dogs.
I mean, it makes sense.
This may be inconsequential, but this could lead to problems in the future.
Leave light
I will bring
on.
it up again next time at the yearly psych eval.
The yearly psyche val.
We can't have someone who is unable to handle difficult situations.
Right.
But John Walker personally requested Ian for this position.
John Walker
We've been
being...
talking to each
Okay,
other.
John Walker was the person who opened up the portal, basically. He was behind the research of the parallel
A
universes.
lot recently.
Uh-huh.
Ian must have captured his attention with his quick rise in this company. I'm going to reluctantly approve his psych eval. This is the last step in his promotion process.
Right, okay.
He will now be the head of safety and ethics.
Safety and ethics. Okay. Now, I'm going to assume that that whole interview was from 1978 because Dr. John Walker basically perished in 1983, I believe. He was like, he's believed to be subject zero of like the Fishers, and the whole game The Farm that we saw in the previous video, if you guys remember that, a lot of people believe that the test subject was Ian Parker for that, the person who was playing the game. So I'm going to go back after this video and just quickly like skim through that video to look at some details and dates and stuff. Various blood samples were collected throughout his home. All of the blood samples contained high amounts of blank. A key symptom of organic traversal. Damn, okay. Organic
within a broken wall of the basement for a tar-like substance was found. This was the first documented encounter of the substance. So, what? He's turning into a fissure? I think that's what's happening. It was a distilled form of blank. Oh, come on. Can we get the unredacted version of this? The perpetrator what? The perpetrator and entity were never found. The substance was collected for future use. Our fears have been confirmed. What? What? It is one of the what? It is one of the lesser forms. May 11th, 1993. So is this within the house that they was talking about? Oh dear, what is that? Now is this from the perspective of the person in the journal? And is the person in the journal Ian Parker? I'm guessing it is. Look at that thing. It's the dog that he's scared of. Ew. Oh, jeez. What the hell was that? Oh, it reaches outlook. Ugh, goodness. Killed in car crash.
Why didn't I speak up sooner? I could have stopped all of this.
Okay, I'll read this after the dialogue, guys.
They removed me from the head of safety and ethics.
Why?
I told them that it was too dangerous. That we should connect our worlds.
Uh-huh.
They disagreed. They see it differently.
So they didn't listen to the guy from safety and ethics. What's the point in even having them there then, if they're not going to listen to the guy who's made to prevent things like this happening?
They believe I am preventing the hologram.
Oh, that's usually how it goes. Good lord.
John Walker convinced the board to remove me.
Uh-oh.
The one person I looked up to.
Mm-hmm.
The one fucking person. They stationed me away from the lab.
Well, you kind of got away, in honesty.
The fire lookout tower.
Nice.
It overlooks the lab in the valley.
A fire? That's such a random...
They say it's temporary, but... Oh! After all these years, all my hard work, everything I worked for...
Okay, let's go back and read this thing. December 4th, 1983, killed in car crash. Dr. John Walker, the author of Theory of the Parallel and a renowned figure in the field of theoretical physics, has suffered an immeasurable loss with the death of his wife and daughter in a single car accident in the Alaskan wilderness. The tragedy occurred on December 3rd on a remote stretch of road amidst heavy snowfall that has hampered investigative efforts. Dr. Walker's 34-year-old daughter, Susan Walker Brown, and his wife, Marie Walker, aged 59, were both pronounced dead at the scene. Susan Brown leaves behind her husband, Jacob Brown, Dr. Walker. Dr. Walker, who was not present in the vehicle, is reportedly in deep mourning. What? While initial reports suggest the vehicle skidded off the road due to the hazardous winter conditions, investigators have noted markings at the car may have what? Alright, is there like a bit where that is legible? That sucks. Hang on a sec. Let me try and...
They stationed me away from the lab.
Okay. The car may have something sharply... Okay, so Dr. John Walker, we know, was basically at the lab when the experiment went wrong. And there was like some kind of explosion or something where these portals opened up. And then these monsters came through. This was 1983, December 4th. So let me go back to Chilling Abyss, and I believe it's The Signal, this video here. And this was it, December 23rd, 1983.
I think I figured it out. His wife and his daughter died, okay? He's already working on parallel universes and connecting parallel universes. So in his mind, he knows that in another parallel universe, his wife and his daughter are alive. And obviously he went against like the opinions of health and safety, saying this is a bad idea, we should not do this, because he was so grief-stricken and in mourning that he wanted to do anything to get back with his daughter and wife again. I think that's what's been happening. So, and this is when they start making connection. And then as you can see here, look, this is the other thing here, the other parallel reality that's not good. It's a horrible one, trying to make connection here. So basically, this whole thing happened because Dr. John Walker wanted to be back with his wife and daughter. That is my guess right there. And I believe let's just quickly go back to The Farm. The Farm recorded October 1992, and it was recorded for 4 hours and 38 minutes. And apparently it's a threat, it's a severe cognito hazard. So footage contains first contact of the entity. Okay, so the entity for some reason resides in this video game called The Farm. And a lot of people are saying that the entity within this game is Dr. John Walker. Oh, I remember this. This was really good. Here we go. Hang on. Ian Parker's name's mentioned there. Ian Parker. I am not the one to fear. Your role is not over. This world will become the vessel. Ask the final question. Okay, so I think what we're seeing, what are you? I am no longer human. I can take any form. I initiated the cycle. I created the first signal. The first signal being he created the fire in the woods. That they were talking about in the first video that we watched, Paid Programming. He opened up that fire. He lit that fire for other people to see, and then other people came in, or other things came in. October 1992. So I think that Ian Parker may have been possessed or something, or like it was the body that we were seeing in the last video was Ian Parker, but I believe he was being maybe possessed, or this thing got inside his head and was telling him to kill and stuff like that, and until Ian Parker eventually became one of these fishes. And that's what we saw at the end. It was Ian Parker. That was the thing at the end there. And it's capable of, I think it said biological traversal, and we know that biological traversal, these fishes have the capability of doing that by instantly coming in to our world and flashing you into theirs, or something like that, something similar, or just turning you into a monster. I think that's what's happening. But guys, I highly recommend you go. If you haven't watched Arcadia, it's a phenomenal analog horror. Really, really good. There's some really good ones releasing at the moment, but Arcadia is fantastic, and I completely forgot how awesome it actually is. So please go check out the channel, Chilling Abyss. Go like the video, subscribe. They will be linked in the description down below. Please go support. We love to see other creators grow on this channel. If it wasn't for people like this, then I basically wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I love what I do, and I love watching stuff like this and finding awesome content and unique content. Go and support them, guys. That is where we will end the video, guys. I loved this video. It was really cool. It got me thinking. Maybe I should go back and watch the whole thing again just to really understand. But I think I got the gist of it, basically. But if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Really, really good. But yes, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.